And good morning, Montrose. I am Tonya Maddox, the publisher of the Montrose Daily Press. And in the MDP studios today, we have two lovely, lovely ladies from the Golden Circle, which we're going to find out more about. And they're putting on a variety show. But before we do that, folks, Elevate Fiber has once again just continued to support all things Montrose. So thank you, Elevate Fiber, for helping us bring Montrose Matters to this community. Okay, without further ado, in the studio we have Marilyn Huseby and we have Joy Long. You two are part of the Golden Circle, which I would definitely want to hear about, but you are volunteers who are putting on a variety show called Alive and Still Kicking.
Yes.
I love that. Okay, first of all, tell me about the Golden Circle. What is that and how long have they been around?
Well, the Golden Circle was a group of, it's a 501c3.
So it is a nonprofit, okay.
Right, and it was established in 1976, I believe, when the whole group of seniors wanted to have their own senior center. And they went in with the city and put together a whole lot of, that's where the Alive and Still Kicking came from, actually, because they did a lot of little shows.
Oh.
And they got a lot of grants, and they got some of their members to donate land to have the senior center in the pavilion.
Okay.
So back in the beginning, the Golden Circle had, one of the Golden Circle members had a little car, and he went around and got people to come to lunch, picked them up and brought them to lunches. And his efforts now have evolved into All Points Transit.
Wait, so Marilyn, if I'm hearing you correctly, this was the reverse of Meals on Wheels.
Right.
He actually got in his car and picked up some of these seniors and took them to lunch. That's phenomenal.
And that was one of the most touching stories. They'd tell me about his little red car, and he'd run around and pick up people and bring them into, and so then he had a bigger group of people that were doing it, and so there was a lot of volunteers. There was a lot of volunteers, wow. A lot of volunteers. They did the Hot Wheels program to deliver meals to the homebound. And they ran around and picked up people and brought them in. And that's what inspired me mostly is I had a client and I went to her house, Carolyn Johnson, and she had all the pictures of the original Live and Still Kicking on her wall.
Oh.
And I went, oh, this is really charming. And so that I had that image, and then when our meal costs went up, it just came to me that we should just do another one.
So, if I'm hearing you correctly, the show that we're going to talk about, the variety show that's coming up, it is to raise funds to help pay for the meals for the seniors, as well as the volunteers. Is that correct? Right. Okay.
I think the biggest, thank you. I think the biggest, well, you know, we were subsidized through Region 10 and Older Americans Act money up until 2013.
Oh.
And that program federally got cut down. Mm-hmm. So VOA did offer that because they support the other senior centers here,
right.
You know, but they have meals 3 times a week.
3 times.
So, yeah, 3 times a week.
So the other 2 days they had to figure out what to do for food.
Right.
So with the state and funding and everything, well, that's where that went. So yeah.
And so that's when I think all of us, I wasn't there at that time, but all the seniors coming for lunch decided then to really just have a 5-day a week lunch.
Okay.
And that's where it went from VOA suggested that we get our lunches catered from Homestead.
Okay. And so currently lunches, these are phenomenal meals, by the way.
Yeah,
and I do want to talk about, and Joy, you could probably talk about lunch being more than just the meal. It's the camaraderie, it's
yes.
getting people out. But so take me from 2013, when the funding ended, it went from being free to $5?
It was $3 at that time,
$3.
actually, yeah,
Okay.
$3 at that time. And then the price raised, when we went to Homestead, the price did raise to $5.
And Joy, what did you see when that price raised to $5?
Well, there was a few people that could not come at that time because of the price raise, and we had fewer people coming to eat.
Okay.
But we still had quite a few people. But recently, when the price went up to $7, it's really dropped down. People cannot, our older seniors, our farmers and things from the old days, they cannot afford to pay that much every day of the week to eat.
Right.
So they stay home and have peanut butter and jelly or whatever, you know. So we need to help subsidize this that's going on. But it was a lot. It was, you know, you go in and you got socialization, and you have music playing, and you can, you know, dinner music goes all the way through the lunches, and then you have socialization. You can go around and talk to everybody, and it's a lot about the socialization because they don't get out of the house very much. So when they go to eat, they can socialize and have their food, and a lot of them will take some home with them. You know, they can take, there's enough left over, they take some home for supper.
Right.
So that feeds them for that time too, so yeah.
That's, you know, when Marilyn came to see me a week ago and you told me about this variety show, my heart immediately went out, because no matter where we are in life, we will interact with seniors, and we will become one if we're lucky, right?
Yes, and maybe
Pay it
someday you
forward.
will need that meal.
Exactly.
Yes.
And so, you know, I immediately thought about my grandparents, and, you know, my son who's 5 years old, and his, you know, great grandparents and so forth, and them getting out and being able to interact in a positive way with folks. So we're going to take a quick break. And now that we've talked about the background of the Golden Circle, I'll talk about that a little more later. But we want to hear about this great variety show that's coming up and how we can help. So we'll be right back, Montrose.
Here in the heart of beautiful western Colorado, known for its unrivaled outdoor recreation, bountiful harvests, and unparalleled quality of life, changes are being made. Elevate Fiber is transforming the way we work, live, and play by creating exciting new opportunities for local families and businesses. Are you ready?
And welcome back to Montrose Matters. I am in the MDP studios with the lovely Joy and Marilyn, and they have assured me during the break that they were alive and still kicking. But no, we are talking about the Golden Circle and how they have, one, I just found out during the break that to help with this fund, the Golden Circle itself has donated about $2,000. Right?
Yes, we have.
And the importance of meals for seniors and the camaraderie and the, you know, just getting out of the house every day or the 5 days a week. It's less about the nutrition, which I hear these meals are great, but more about, you know, friendships and discussions and getting people out so that they can see what's going on, you know, in the rest of the world.
Yes.
And if not, they're at home eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, you know, by themselves. Many of them are widowers or, you know, or widows, and this is such great program. So we have a variety show. You're going to continue to raise funds, right? Marilyn, tell us, what can we expect?
As far as the show?
Yes.
The show, well, first I've got to say, you know, just opening this up as a thought, I've never done one before, so it's a wing and a prayer. You know, and when I opened this up, the talent that came forward and the support from the community is impressive. It's really impressive. So we have an amazing keyboard player, Tim Veazey, who's going to, he's played with everybody, he's played with everybody, from Pete Fountain, everybody knows Pete Fountain, to the Allman Brothers, to Sarah, I can't remember her last name, and Billy Joe Royal and Crystal Gale, and he co-wrote songs with Rita Coolidge and performed, and he's in our community. He just moved here 7 months ago, and he's going to share the stage with, he's got his own incredible act, and we have our own Huck, who's got an incredible electric band named the Huck Experience. So there's that. We've got performers, 2 Cents and Change. I
love these names.
2 Cents and Change. Oh, and one's called Ancient Age, and that's an older blues group. Sort of looks like them. And then we have some choral groups, a men's group. We've got a ventriloquist, a well-known Larry Easterling is going to do 2 sets because he's got 2 friends.
Oh, nice.
So, and then we've got a little sleight of hand thing and some performers from the Magic Circle.
Okay.
See, so, and there's more.
So are you enjoy doing anything? Can we see?
No, we're not doing it. We are not personally doing anything, but we have some girls, seniors, that are going to do a lip sync with Lollipop.
Oh, nice.
And then they have the other one, Kathy's.
Kathy's Clown.
Kathy's Clown,
See,
yes.
know those.
Yeah, they're lip syncing for the
very nice.
talent.
So on October 15th, that's when the event is, right? Okay, so on October 15th, we can head down to the pavilion. We don't need tickets or anything?
No tickets.
Okay.
Big donation jars.
Oh, big because you expect lots of donations, right? All right. So we just bring all of our cash and our checks and whatever.
Because you're going to get a lot of food.
Oh, food.
Food, yes.
Wait. You're going to entertain us and feed us?
Yes.
Okay. So tell us, what kind of food are we going to have?
We're going to have barbecued pork sandwiches. And of course, you always have the coleslaw to go with that, and then the baked beans, and also then all of the ladies that come out on Monday nights, they always make a potluck dish. So some of that is like frog eye salad, and there's confetti salad, and so there's salads in case you can't eat the pork. You know, if that's too spicy for you,
Cindy,
you can
all I know is I'm going to hang out with the seniors. I'll have 15.
And all those ladies can really cook and make good food. So yes, we're going to have. Yeah.
Now, so besides the donations, how else are you raising funds for the Pay It Forward fund? Will you have auction items and other things?
Yeah, I think one of our biggest supporters, besides the community, is this wonderful 93-year-old lady, Norma Swan, who has raised $1,000 worth of silent auction bids, from a 2-night stay at Solar Ranches to a year's membership at Orvis Hot Springs, and a variety of donations from local restaurants. That's all her, and that's coming from her. She also put together, and she hasn't gotten the date yet. She went in with her Packers T-shirt and charmed the Applebee's owner, and they have a dime to donate night.
Very nice. Okay.
So where if you come in and eat on the date that we put out, we get 15% of that donation.
Very
But
nice.
and she's in the lollipop. She's in the lollipop.
Oh, that sounds.
But the
fun.
silent auction donations from people, we're going to have that on the other side of the room. So at 4:00, we open up with the barbecue, and people can view all the silent auction over there, because people have, you know, if they couldn't really donate a lot, they came up with some really good silent auction stuff. So
Sounds
that
like it.
that's all coming in as support, and it just makes you feel so excited and so humble at the same time.
Well, I can
that.
tell. So 4 o'clock silent auction opens and we could start eating then. So your goal is to fill our bellies while we are looking at these auction items.
Yes.
And then at 5 o'clock the show starts?
Right.
Great, okay. So we've got plenty of time to get out there, bid on quite a few things and dig in our purses and our wallets and make donations. What are you hoping to raise? What would be the magic number?
How much to raise?
Well, I think we kind of came up with, we need for at least this coming year, $8,000 to $10,000.
That's for the year.
And that would allow the current seniors who are paying $5 to continue to pay $5.
Right.
So it'll make up the difference between the $2 increase, as well as it would pay for the volunteers.
Right. I think the absolute biggest reason that we all decided to put our hearts and our efforts and time into this project was because besides the meal cost going up to $7, we got no extra meals to give our volunteers. That, you know, we all of Montrose runs on volunteer effort. From hospice to the hospital, the library, to Christ Kitchen, and you have to honor your volunteers, or you don't. The wheels don't turn.
Right.
You know, so we really, really wanted to put our effort in there first before we ask for donations, and so
Okay.
that's
excuse me, but the volunteers are the seniors.
right.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
So we will be feeding the seniors that volunteer to help feed the seniors. So yeah, it's all senior worked.
It is
Yeah.
amazing, this organization. All right, so I'm just going to issue a challenge because guess what? That's what I do.
Yes.
I would say I believe in the giving hearts and spirits of Montrose so much that we can raise and should raise Montrose $20,000. That way the seniors who were paying $3 can come, all of those folks can come back and we can get it down to $3. So I say let's do, that should be our
think big.
challenge.
Yes.
think
That's
bigger.
it right
you
there.
go.
Yes.
I have seen this community give like no other. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Montrose Matters. Show up at the Pavilion on October 15th and bring lots and lots of donations. We've got a challenge going. Have a
And
great
smiles and
day.
happiness.
Smile, yeah.